In the last 5 years, my team and I have helped e-commerce and retail brands generate almost $500 million in attributed revenue. By the end of this video, you'll know why stop hook testing because of Andromeda is terrible advice. You'll understand exactly how Andromeda treats creative similarity and why the hook is still the highest ROI part of your entire creative system. First, I'm going to walk you through a specific example from a real account, a testimonial ad that was the best performer the account had ever seen, but it then fatigued after 6 to 7 months. Then I'm going to show you what we changed to get it performing again at the exact same daily spend, why it worked, including the caveat that most people miss. And finally, I'm going to give you a simple hook testing framework that you can go and apply to any winner that gives you the 4 levers to rotate through that you can apply it to any winner. All right, so this is terrible advice, which is you should stop hook testing because of Andromeda. Andromeda wants diverse creative, and so now you need completely new assets every time you put a new ad in the account. I don't think this is good advice. This isn't what we're seeing performs that well on accounts at the moment, and I think that hook testing is the easiest way to take previous top performer and get it to perform well again. I'll run you through a very specific example, give you the logic, give you some data to prove it so that you don't make the mistake of stopping hook testing within your accounts. So let's dive into it. This ad right here, a high performer on one of the accounts that we manage. Now, I can't actually show the ad because I don't have approval from the client to show it. But this is a video testimonial. Obviously, you can see that when this was launched, there were multiple bodies, 2 different bodies, and there were 9 hooks that were tested. This was the top performing ad. This was launched back in April 27th of this year. This was by far the highest performing ad that has ever entered this ad account. It performed unbelievably well, about 5x better than anything else. Now, the issue with an ad this good is all the spend goes there. This was ran for the previous 6 to 7 months, and after about 6 to 7 months, it fatigued. It was no longer getting results, and so what do you do here? Well, we could go and get other testimonials from other people. We could try to figure out another way to rework this creative. We could put it into different formats. That would be the typical advice from the Andromeda content creators, but there's a much easier solution here. In fact, there's a really easy solution, and there's a way that we got this to not only start performing again, but it's performing just as well as it ever has, and we're getting the exact same amount of daily spend throughput through it. And that is that we just went and put a bunch of new hooks on it. Now, there is a caveat here, which is that we didn't just take more hooks from the existing content and repurpose it onto the existing content. Instead, what we did is we actually shot completely new hooks of a different person. So you can think of this as EGC in the hook, employee generated content, talking about the testimonial. And then it goes into UGC, or I guess CGC, customer generated content, CGC, being the body. We went through, recorded a bunch of different hooks with this particular client, and guess what? This ad right here and this ad right here, and now the current 2 top performers in the entire account, outperforming everything else. Now, under an Andromeda friendly advice, people would be giving you, hey, you shouldn't be hook testing anymore. You should be thinking about completely new formats, completely new angles. You need to be going for a completely new approach. And I agree. I think that's always been the case, right? It's always good to have diverse creative, not just because Andromeda rolled out, but forever. That's always been the case. But it's also always been the case through advertising forever that the hook is what truly matters, right? David Ogilvy, a legend in copywriting, said it follows that unless your headline sells your product, you have wasted 90% of your money. So the headline, aka the hook in a video, is where 90% of your effort should go. And so to completely disregard hook testing in an Andromeda world, because Andromeda wants diversity and it might count the bodies as the same ad and group them together, well, I can tell you it doesn't, because this is still working incredibly well in our accounts. So now how do you go and translate this into everything else? Has hook testing changed at all from 5 months ago to now? And I would say it hasn't, but the bar of quality, the bar of requirement to actually kind of make this work has gone up for sure. And so what do I mean by that? Well, the reason why most people will say this doesn't work, hey, yeah, we tried to put a bunch of new hooks on an ad that was working, but none of the hooks worked. This doesn't work anymore. It's because of Andromeda. Nathan's advice is wrong. The reason where they're wrong is that most people would go through this exercise that we've just gone through, but they would just take hooks from the existing video and repurpose and try to get that to work. The issue is that majority of people in your market have probably already seen this video. They saw the hook, they didn't watch past the hook, they didn't resonate with it, and therefore they moved on. And so what we're really trying to do is reserve this ad to all the people that have already seen it, but get them engaged to watch through the video through a different variation of the hook that's going to get them to hold. And often just a change in wording can get a lot of people in, but it's not going to get everyone in. We do need a change in visuals. And there's actually 4 things that we can change that we should be thinking about. Number 1 is the angle. Number 2 is the offer. Number 3 is the avatar. And number 4 is the format. Now, in our changes of hooks, we changed the angle. We made it contextually relevant to this time of year. So the testimonial that was being watched, it can come across outdated just based on the wording that is throughout the particular ad and the script. Therefore, we made the hook contextually relevant to this moment of the year. Number 2, we changed the avatar. So rather than the usual character being within the ad, we changed it to a piece of EGC that's actually very, very different from the avatar that's in the ad. Very different profile. And because of that, it hooks a bunch of new people that otherwise wouldn't have been hooked by the original avatar. And by changing these 2 things, we revitalized the ad and got it to perform well again. Now, you don't necessarily have to change the angle and the avatar. You could change the offer and the format. And we will do this as well on this ad eventually. So what does that look like? What we're actually offering in the hook, which often you don't actually have an offer in the hook. So this might be in the context of the copy and the headline within the meta ad. We're going to change the call to action. So where this might have been one particular product that's getting pushed, maybe we pivot into a bundle. Maybe we pivot into a sale. On the format, rather than having a video hook, we can change to a static or a GIF hook. So what that looks like is a piece of like motion graphics in the back end. So it might be a 3-second clip of B-roll. And then over the top, we have a written testimonial. We have something that's going to hook people. And then it transitions into the video. We could change the format to just literally be static for 3 seconds. And then it moves into the video. There's so much that can be done to rework the format of the first 3 to 4 seconds. And through that, we can then hook a bunch of new people. We can get people interested that weren't interested in the initial offer. And then that obviously revitalizes the video. If we really want, if that doesn't work, we can go and do all 4. You can change the angle, you can change the offer, you can change the avatar, you can change the format. And this is definitely going to work, but it's only going to work through volume. The issue when you fall into the Andromeda trap, which is that, hey, you don't want too many small variations of one ad because they'll all get grouped together. I think that's generally speaking good advice, but it can mislead people as to their approach here because they might have a really high performing ad, which we do in this instance, and they might go, okay, we need this to continue to work. It started to fatigue. We're going to do hook testing, but we're only going to do 3 hooks. And the reason being is that we don't want to put too much variation of one single concept into the account. And so we're just going to do an angle change as one. We might do an avatar change for the other 2, and then that's it. The issue there is the odds that you're going to get a really high performing hook when you're only testing 3 is actually pretty low. Unless you're an incredible scriptwriter, you really understand the target demographic, and you're just fantastic at advertising, it's pretty unlikely that you're going to go and come up with 3 new hooks and they're just immediately going to hit the market perfectly and be able to sustain the same level of ad spend that was previously within the asset. Reality is you probably want to do more, right? So in this particular case, as you can see, if we scroll back over, what did we do? We did 4 different hooks on 2 different bodies. So we actually reworked the body a little bit as well, and we reworked the hooks. And because of that, we were able to get longevity out of this particular creative. So the big mistake at the moment that we're really seeing is that people are taking the Andromeda concept too far and they're not doing hook testing anymore. Hook testing is super low effort for very high ROI. Once again, just to reiterate our stance here, 90% of your advertising dollars are wasted after the hook. The hook is really 90% of the importance of a creative because 90% of people don't make it past the hook. And so because of that, investing within the hook makes sense. Now you could go and just invest all your time and energy into making one of the best hooks ever, but the reality of you actually hitting is pretty low. You want volume within the actual part of the ad that matters. Now having just slight iterations on scripts, yeah, that might not necessarily be the best play, but there's more than just varying scripts in ads, okay? You can vary the angle, the offer, the avatar, the format. You can do all of these things to have a high volume of hook variations on a high performing asset, and it's very low effort. At the end of the day, what we're doing here is we're producing 10 different versions of 3 to 5 seconds of video. Now, this video probably goes for like 75 seconds total. And so majority of the effort in shooting and editing is actually in the last 73 seconds here. So we can go and make 10 ads for the same effort as making one body. And so because of that, and because this is really what matters in the ad, it probably makes sense to double down and put effort there.